Yeah, okay, we're going again. So you can go on to ICLEI's site, and you can find out if your politicians have actually signed up. The city, state, country. There's like 40 some odd countries that have signed up to ICLEI. I'm sure most of these people have no idea what they've signed. That's why in both Canada and the United States there should be a bill saying that politicians must read every single letter of a document and sign it to say that, yes, I have, and copy out the last line, you know what I mean? Copy this on the line below, like insurance companies kind of do to you. Or waivers and stuff like that. I've read and understood, and am responsible for my actions beyond my term, So yeah, and you'd be able to put people in jail for doing stupid things. Getting back to that, yeah, so you can go on to that, and what'll happen is you'll go onto the ICLEI site. I haven't done it here yet, but with the Bloc Québécois and the NDP, trust me, I know they're already in on it. Montclair's always talking. He's not calling it a carbon tax, but trust me, it's a carbon tax. It doesn't even matter if it's what the name of the tax is. It's a tax, So anyway, bottom line is you can go on there and on the ICLEI site find out if your town is on there, and then it'll take you to the United Nations website and tell you all about ICLEI, all the great, wonderful, self-sustaining, urban development and all these helping the poor around the world, which usually, I don't think the UN has really had much effect in helping people. Yeah, they put on, some pretty good displays once in a while, but they haven't really done that much good. I think a lot of places can work it out better for themselves. Yeah, so here's this, it's there, and creating awareness. I tell people, I don't care if they look at me like I'm crazy. It's like, if, you get the word out, you might, out of 1,000 people you talk to, you might only reach one. But maybe that person might reach one, and then that person might reach one. Eventually, if it becomes such common knowledge, you'll start seeing reverses of Agenda 21, which people have been rejecting Agenda 21. This is why this summit in Rio de Janeiro over the summer, I can't remember the exact date, but it was, anyway, this guy that was on Sun TV, with Michael Cohen hosting. I'll get the guy's name in the title anyway. And if you're an environmentalist, really left-wing, global warming, this is a guy you need to listen to, because he's not telling you the popular thing. He's telling you the science. And, he admits, we have overforestation, which typically happens in the non-industrialized third world countries. Yes, we've kind of screwed our forestation a bit here, but now we do it more sustainably. Fisheries, ocean-wise. But, again, you don't need a world government to implement this. You just have to have regulations where they need to be, And, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds. So, yeah, he said it was like a nail in the coffin for, here's this left-wing Marxist Agenda 21 UN people and people from all around the world, from all these different countries. And, it's like, they just can't sell the idea anymore. People are waking up to it. Greenpeace is a sham. Most of these type of places are. The David Suzuki Foundation with the Tides Foundation, ICLEI, Tides, they're all the same thing. They're all a bunch of Marxists, Now, does David Suzuki do some pretty good stuff? Yeah, he does. I don't know if he was at the thing. But, for example, when he was there, he said there's a lot of leaders didn't show up, like Mr. Harper didn't show up, Barack Obama didn't show up, David Cameron from Britain didn't show up. Like a lot of prime ministers and presidents, Vladimir Putin, I don't think he showed up. They just don't want to have anything to do with it. You know what I mean? Because it's like okay, that's an eyesore now. You know what I mean? Like just showing up is like an admission of guilt. You know what I mean? It failed. It failed miserably, and it's failing. Why? Because people are like, when you tell me that you were going to redistribute the wealth and tax you so that like you can, you're going to work for the government no matter what. There will be no free enterprise. They will control everything. That's a scary thought. That's what Russia did, and it was bloody. It was very bloody. You think world depopulation is going to be nice? I don't think so. But, to the people that would want to implement, who the hell in their right mind is going to implement this? You have to understand, here in Canada, we cater to the minority way too much. But that's going to start to phase out, because people are getting smarter, Now, the big problem, and I'm going to offend a lot of people on this, but it's, It's true. Most of these left-wing Marxist type, almost communist in nature, rose-colored glasses type liberals are all students, and most of them are. We want free this, free that. They want this utopian world, which I understand that. But as they get older and they get more developed in the brain and they start working for a living, they understand that, you know what, this idea of spread the wealth to the point where everybody's poor is not going to help you. That's why you tend to get more conservative as you get older. And you'll get some young guy, well, communist, true communism has never been given a chance. Yes, it has. If communism was about equality, you'd find the Easter Bunny. You know what I mean? It's just no. And the reason why I say that to students, because the students are the ones that are being most brainwashed. And who are they getting brainwashed by? Well, the professors and stuff like that. Most teachers are left-wing, Think about it, The more left you are, the more communist you are. But most people don't think of themselves as communists. Now, there are a few teachers that I went to school who were very right-wing. But they, the times have changed, you know what I mean? But the type of curriculum, you have now, if you're in a school and you say anything bad about global warming, you'll get bashed over the head by the politically correct 2x4 almost every time. So the way I look at it is, hey, you know what? That's why people believe that stuff, is because, the argument on the other side hasn't, it's not that it hasn't been made. It's no, hush, hush. You don't say that. You don't speak out against, against the ideology. I mean, if you don't believe in global warming, which I don't, I think the planet's just going to do whatever it does. There's too many variables to confirm or deny it. It doesn't mean you're not a green person. If you're, and in fact, if you want to have the most greenest technology and greenest laws in your country, you need to deregulate a lot of things so that you can actually push forward and increase your manufacturing, which increases your actual wealth, not artificial wealth. Distributing wealth is artificial. There's only so much money in the system. If I have $1 and you have $1 and, there's two other people, well, then we only get 50 cents each. You know what I mean? But it's still, we're just now equally poor. And I'm not saying that, okay, well, no, we got to give the rich everything. No, what I'm saying is just let the free market regulate itself on a lot of things. But you have to have manufacturing in your country in order to have environmentally friendly technology, because it's expensive. And the more wealth you get, the more the other advantage you get by creating this kind of wealth is that you eliminate poverty, but you also eliminate a lot of overpopulation, stuff like that. And people, King of England here in Canada said, hey, people have the right to own property. They have the right to do this. They have the right to do that. Now here's the thing. Here in Canada, they want to put, smart meters on our wells. You're hearing about it in the States. That's coming from a local level. That's coming from the municipalities. That's coming through ICLEI. Think about it. Let's say you're a municipal worker and you're watching this, and it's like, yeah, I heard about that. You're just going to do it, not in question, because it's your job, right? But on the other hand, well, who made the call? Like, who the hell in their right mind wants that? Whoever votes for a tax increase, think about that. Whoever votes for a tax increase. I don't know a single human being that does. But yet there's a lot of people that work in the government that, well, I was told to do it, so I've got to do it. And speaking out, well, you'll lose your job, right? So, I guess I've kind of beaten this one into the ground a bit, but I think next to World War III, the biggest threat to humanity is going to be Agenda 21. But to hear that it is failing, that, there are people that are overturning some of these new laws and stuff like that. And the thing is you have to understand, these are not elected officials. The UN are not elected officials. To me, I don't recognize the UN for anything. They're over there somewhere. They have no right to tell me what, laws should be in my country. But yet, there's a lot of the laws come in through the back door. You don't know it's the UN trying to do their world government thing. And they've openly admitted, don't take my word. Go onto the United Nations website. Even Glenn Beck says that. He says, yeah, don't go to the conspiracy theory, guys. Go right to the UN. Read it. It's bad. Not everybody I tell about it, it's like, if you own a house, you won't. You own property, you won't. You want to eat, 3 meals a day, you won't be allowed. How much water you will be allowed to consume. If you didn't drink your glass of water when you had the chance, too bad for you. You want to have more than one kid, you won't. You can't make this stuff up. This is the ultimate Marxist, extreme Marxism. But a lot of these people don't realize it's going to backfire on them too when they see their loved ones being a part of the Agenda 21. That's why it can never work. I mean, how many Nazis shot, Jewish cousins? You know what I mean? Think about that. That's not going to sit well. That's not going to sit well. It's like, okay, well, my cousin just happened to be Jewish and I shot him. That's the kind of mentality you're going to have to think of. Like, I don't think I have any Jewish cousins, but, you never know, I could. And if that was something that was done and say, okay, well, you're not allowed to be Jewish, you're not allowed to be Catholic, and I have lots of Catholic, Catholic and Protestant cousins. But what if, okay, there's, true communism, there's religious figures and icons were forbidden. These people are of this faith, that faith, or whatever. Muslims, they're not allowed to breathe anymore, you know what I mean? You may be related to some of these people, and you're in your tactical gear for the greater good, and you're going to go shoot your, people that are related to you, like maybe third, fourth cousin, don't matter. Maybe you're married to one, that's what Agenda 21 is. It's an evil, evil thing. That's why I want to spread it around so much. It's kind of one of those topics, as soon as you discover it, you find out everything. But most people, not everybody's on the internet, believe it or not. That's why you actually have to have a conversation once in a while with people to say, hey, look into that Agenda 21 thing. And Agenda 21, the 21 stands for the 21st century is what it was supposed to be, like 21st century. And it was, supposed to be implemented all by the year 2000 and stuff like that. But, it can't work, Anyway, I guess, so ICLEI, it was a thing, but world depopulation, I'll do a separate thing on world depopulation there. But anyway, there we go. Okay, so okay, we're going again. So you can go on to ICLEI's site, and you can find out if your politicians have actually signed up. The city, state, country, there's like 40 some odd countries that have signed up to ICLEI. I'm sure most of these people have no idea what they've signed. That's why in both Canada and the United States there should be a bill saying that politicians must read every single letter of a document and sign it to say that, yes, I have, and copy out the last line, you know what I mean? Copy this on the line below, like insurance companies kind of do to you. That there are waivers and stuff like that. I've read and understood, and am responsible for my actions beyond my term, So yeah, I need to be able to put people in jail for doing stupid things. Getting back to that, so you can go on to that, and what'll happen is you'll go onto the ICLEI site. I haven't done it here yet, but with the Bloc Quebec and the NDP, trust me, I know they're already in on it. Montclair's always talking. He's not calling it a carbon tax, but trust me, it's a carbon tax. It doesn't even matter if it's what the name of the tax is. It's a tax, So anyway, bottom line is you can go on there and on the ICLEI site, find out if your, town is on there, and then it'll take you to the United Nations website and tell you all about ICLEI, all the great, wonderful, self-sustaining, urban development and all these helping the poor around the world, which usually, I don't think the UN has really had much effect in helping people. Yeah, they put on, some pretty good displays once in a while, but they haven't really done that much good. I think a lot of